Hello, guys. Welcome back to New Zealand Student Life after a long break. First of all, I like to apologize for the long delay of video posting because I was busy. So, after my graduation, I was busy and I couldn't upload frequent videos because of several reasons job searching and doing things to work on a job. Kind of, I'm in a process and that's why I've been away of posting videos. I am actually invested in this, but I was working towards something special. You have now seen a trailer, a podcast, but in these missing months, that's why I've been away. Now it's time to actually discuss what I've wanted to discuss in this video, and that is an update as well as what's happening in New Zealand. So, I've been doing sort of soul searching as well as hunting for jobs, and I've been involved in a lot of volunteering stuff, which actually make me believe that I'm doing something valuable, and also it actually makes my experience in New Zealand much more rich. So I've been invested in doing some projects with Red Cross, leading the youth in some voluntary programs, and also I've been involved in heavily in AI. Sort of, there's a small initiative going on for called Nelson AI Sandbox, and also I've been developing myself in presenting skills, networking, and involved in groups like Toastmasters, and also as well as I have to make a living, so I've been involved with jobs. So after my graduation, it's busy, but I'm working towards some goals. Things are happening around the world. I'm very well aware of that, and that's why I am sort of making arrangements. So that's what I'm doing right now. What kind of students are coming to New Zealand? Especially if you're searching for a job, and my update, uh, it is not going to be easy searching for a job because of many reasons, and one of those reasons are we have seen an influx of students and also workers coming into New Zealand after post-COVID scenario. So what kind of students are coming to New Zealand? Most are very well experienced people, like people with real jobs in their countries, and also they have loads of experiences. So people are coming all over from world, especially from China, India, Singapore, Philippines, Indonesia, as well as Sri Lanka, and other sort of South Asian counterparts. 44.5% of the students after 2023 are involved in bachelor's degrees. So they get a prolonged visa. One fifth of them are coming to study master's degree, and then the 10% of them are doctorates. So together they comprise of nearly 78-79% of students. Now the thing is with New Zealand economy is New Zealand is a small country. uh, there is a developed economy, but it's sort of limited with population. We have to ask the question, why do these people come? And it's not purely residential, they want to stay in New Zealand. Why do they stay in New Zealand? There are a couple of reasons why. New Zealand is a developed economy, but it has only 5.6 million residents living currently. And it's a developed economy, but has limited potential in terms of economic growth and even in the development scale, the technological scale, the industrial scale. It's a bit of isolated country where there's huge problem of logistics. So China and India, those countries are very well developed and very industrial than New Zealand. So why do they come? It's mainly not because of the high pay rate, because high pay rate, if you want high pay rates, sometimes they might go to Australia, but it is because of some sort of lenient migration policies in the past, and also because of work life balance. And also New Zealand is accommodating for a lot of immigrants. They do find it hard to interact, but they find it more of like work life balance, safety. In that regard, New Zealand is sort of a highlight for students and all sorts of immigrants to come here. But why there's a problem? Why there's a problem of jobs in terms of availability, or why is it hard to find a job in New Zealand? When it comes to New Zealand, there are a couple of factors that you have to consider. So, in some of the countries, if you have experience overseas, even international experience, it's pretty much easier to find a job. And learning inside the country means definitely it's very easier and accommodating to find a job. You will get hired very quickly. But it's not the case in New Zealand. And I understand why. So the priority New Zealand companies consider employing Kiwi people and resident people, and that's perfectly justifiable. The priority level always remain for the residents and New Zealand citizens, and it's not always about your qualifications or about your capabilities. However, when it comes to very green list jobs, that is not relevant because they can't find any, so they hire immigrants. But now, for people who are coming into New Zealand and people who are doing degrees, 30%, one third of them are basically business and commerce and other normal sort of degrees. And there are people who are employed in these sectors. And so they hire, although it's very equal ground, they hire sometimes giving priority. And that's a norm that we have to accept. And how do they hire only New Zealanders or residents? Sometimes they go by the names, and sometimes even immigrants change their name, and that's also common in New Zealand. But there are few factors that actually contributes to this scenario or environment that we see today, and it is one of the factors is actually anti-immigration vibe going on around the world, especially USA, UK, European countries, and I mean, migrants are in the firing line, and we have to accept that. The second thing is actually the economic slowdown as well as AI automation, and also the influx of migrants on top of that, and unemployed New Zealanders having this economic slowdown downturn. A lot of employees got fired, so they are also unemployed. That means they are also in the active job market, and that is hindering immigrant chances of landing a job and uh, perhaps securing their investment. For students, their investment, and for people who have ambitions to settle in down their residential pathways. So that's it. That is why we have to carefully navigate this environment. Now, there's another factor to the people who were before pre-COVID and people who came after post-COVID. The policies have changed. I mean, the policy is always changing in New Zealand, and you have to accept that policy is always changing. I mean, like a fit-on room. You change it, and is it nice? Does it look good? Does it look good? No. Okay, you change it to another, and does it look good? No. So these changes come in sometimes 1 years or 2 years, the major policies, but eventually, if you see the updates, it's changing every time. So every month or two, I mean, once every 3 months, you see a change. So it's evolving, and uh, this is where we have to carefully navigate. Now we act on information which is in the past. If you buy stocks, if you buy anything, we act on uh, information which is in the past. Okay, they did it because they went to this particular sector, let's say healthcare sector. Now sometimes we do have to act on information which is unfolding in the future, but it's not certain, but we have to guess that, predict that, and act upon it. So the labor market right now is in a turmoil, and the economic, we don't know the post sort of AI economy, because things are about to change very, very rapidly. How do I know? Because I'm in sort of this AI sandbox environment where we get most of the updates, and we share those things, and it's pretty much AI agents, and even the doctors. We thought of like the doctors as if um, apparently they are not. So these companies are actually making real progresses. Of course, there's things could go very wrong in some AI agents, and you see those things, but still, companies are betting on the success of AI, and entrepreneurs, especially, like AI because they don't have to pay. Now, these are the two set of changes in the labor market, and post-COVID immigration policy. It's unfolding after 2025. There will be a big update on October, and after that, there will be subsequent updates. It will align with these changes, and that's why we have to be extremely cautious. And as it stands, the immigration policy, this is why it's difficult to have the traditional approach of letting your CVs go to places and hoping it would land you a job. It's not working. Uh, when you see the jobs getting hired, it's very uncommon jobs. I'm not talking about labor, I'm talking about maybe coaches, maybe some sort of laboratories. These kind of jobs are getting hired, not the traditional accounting, not the traditional business development, management, not the traditional jobs. Now there are people who actually made it here being a resident, and I have to divide it from pre-COVID and post-COVID economy. Pre-COVID, there is something called 180 points. It changed a lot, but 180 points. scheme for residency, and that involves you getting a skill job. Median wage was a factor, but also there were a lot of points to be gained from staying outside Auckland, or your partner having professional qualification. You got a lot of options. Now the 6 point scheme is much more simpler, and if you have a bachelor's degree, so you earn 4 points, and you have to work for 2 years, median wage, and you get 2 points. And if you have to work for 1 year, in answer score 1 to 3, you get 1 point. But here's the thing about median wage. Now in this economy, AI is replacing a lot of jobs, lot of management jobs, and the bottleneck created by COVID actually impacts still to this date on different aspects, and companies can't pay that much. So now there there will be some sort of a debate on median wage. Now this is where policy doesn't align. So the median wage, you calculate it by average across every spectrum, every industry, across all industries. You count the average median wage. Now people determine labor prices, like wages, depending on the supply and demand. It's like any other product. Labor is a product. Your experience, your wage is a product, and it has a demand. So you are the product, you have a demand according to your skills. But what if the skills are replaceable? Have you come to think of that? So median wage does not align with everything what we see. Median wage is rising at the moment, and companies are willing to pay less. So a lot of Kiwis are unemployable. That means there is more supply. That means they are willing to work on 29, 30, and those who are in the residential pathways are imminent. They are imminent in danger of getting stuck on 28, 29, and not companies will not increase because AI will come for most of the jobs, and they don't want to increase. And that's when your approach of getting step by step up, like, okay, I will stay as assistant and I will get promoted. There's no guarantee, and there's no guarantee in even previous situations, but there's no guarantee now. The probability is higher. There's no guarantee you will get promoted. There's no guarantee that AI will not take your job, because most of it they could actually process, they could automate, and there will be new kinds of jobs. So have a backup plan. And also anti-immigration sentiment, AI automation, everything comes to these variable factors where you will feel the pressure. And that's really sad for people who actually, their kids are over here, and they learn Te Reo Maori, that which is New Zealand's official language. If you are staying away from New Zealand, you don't have a clue. So it's official language, and they are just into this environment. And New Zealand needs actually people for population growth, because they have a vast amount of elderly people. And uh, so our only hope is actually government recognizes things and seeing the point of immigrants. But that's, I mean, that's 50-50 or 70-30. I don't know. It might happen, it might not happen, but what do we do now? I think it's good to have a backup plan. I think it's important to have a backup plan. Why? because the world is changing, and you have come across, I think, if you have a past career and if you're coming to New Zealand, make sure you continue on that career or a different career, but make sure while you stay in New Zealand, if you are stepping into a new career, do much as possible to display your sort of proficiency. It's hard, and keep on applying. I can't say don't keep applying, because keep on applying, because there's some probability that multicultural organization will hire you, but the chances of hiring, let me make this clear, or you might misunderstand me. The chances of hiring you from a CV is getting lower, and also most of the positions are filled within, even before even some jobs are posted, they are hired. So you are posting in an empty sort of situation, and your time is wasted. So that's really happening in New Zealand, and it's not my basic opinion. Actually, I've contacted many people, even people headhunters, and even people who recruit, and even people who are actually in those industries, because I like to talk to people to know things, because I don't believe people's opinions. I go to the source, and the source tells me otherwise. And there might be people, I mean, who have come in different time periods and who have different experiences, and they do explain themselves on those experiences, and they are not familiar with now. So our experiences are a little bit different, and the world has changed rapidly, world has changed, and it's not pre-COVID world anymore. Things have changed, AI, everything is changing. Even, I mean, you are seeing the most ridiculous things in the world unfolding. So this is why this economy, what we are seeing, is going through a rapid shift, and we have to adjust. Hopefully, I think, if this economy, I call it a DIY economy, because do it yourself economy, because owners can actually do it themselves, and it's matter of like allocating time. Maybe they need one or two people instead of 10 or 15. So there will be rapid job loss, and there will be actually more New Zealand citizens losing their jobs, and that's a fact. And society is not ready for it, and it's happening globally. So unless we start, or we are in sort of uh, phase not applying, but unless we do something different, I mean, we can't start a business. Hopefully, if we can, that would be wonderful, and we'll have to then have another challenge of uh, proving profits. But it's if it's not, you have to come to actually involved in startups or any projects that you can get the experience and money, and recover the investment, and move on, thinking about your progress. And this is not laying low. If you lay low, you will not have a career. If you don't secure a path, if you lay low, you will not have a career in the coming 10 years, because there is a huge mismatch, what you did back in your country, what you did in New Zealand, and what you are going to do in the next 10 years. It's a wild roller coaster ride. It's full of excitement. We don't know what's happening, but there will be our challenge to overcome this. I hope you good luck, And this is not a discouraging thing, but this is about the change in times. I'm just informing you that everything is changing right now, and I'm also finding it difficult at the moment. I do try to differently and also be creative and also actually move and network with people, and that's I think strategy. And also I also do some kind of like traditional like putting up CVs and updating my LinkedIn and all those things. But I hope you guys well if we can collaborate on finding a solution. I mean, I'm all ears. So that's it for me. uh Tune in for the first episode. I will do some sort of a audio maybe upload. We'll catch you with the next episode. I will try to make this YouTube channel more active. See you guys. Bye.
Ever wondered what it really takes to thrive as a student in New Zealand? Whether you are 12 or 90, chasing a PhD or self-learning on the go, I'm Buddhika, your guide through New Zealand student life. Each week, I'm joined by inspiring guests as we'll cover it all from migrant grit and study tricks to cracking the job market and how AI is changing the game faster than you can say ChatGPT. Join me in New Zealand Student Life every Sunday afternoon at 5 on Fresh FM.